So for Team WE, what we're expecting here is, you know, some ability to skirmish, but you lose on top side. At best, you could try to argue that mid lane is a skill matchup. Lanes of advantage, Bin having a small CS lead for himself. Same thing with Knight, like we said. These are, again, I think, going to about prescription. Karis now has to be so careful.
Yeah, tried to trade in that minion wave, but I think Knight just might have the solo kill, and it's as anticlimactic as it can come there. One fleeting auto, no flashes burned, no fancy footwork.
Monkey's just going straight towards the dragon. This is going to be a plate for free from Knight.
Maybe Vampire just trying to make sure Karis can get a couple of CS. I mean, he gets one caster minion, though, and Knight forces him onto another reset. BLG definitely win the trade of grubs as well as a team that's looking to pilot through solo lanes, getting ahead, or just strong lanes in general. 3 grubs for 1 dragon. Take that trade any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Maybe they actually contest them on all of these objectives. It takes way too long for Monkey, especially without his level 6. BLG are going to be walking with a level advantage, with an ultimate advantage, and now they're going to be able to win this. I mean, Wei, you have the smite. I feel like they're not comfortable because Knight does not have ultimate.
They did have ultimate advantage, though, on Wei. I mean, the Impale's available, but they're not going to over-aggress.
He's playing Renekton in top lane by himself. Oh, they make an engage on the On. That's free.
On. Yeah, that should be a catch. He does have the flash, though. Gonna get over the big wall, and Vampire nor Monkey are going to follow. It's actually Taeyun that takes charge here. You don't see that a lot from AD carries. The flash, Hurricane shift, and Taeyun gets WE on the board.
Side of the map, On is also resetting. Bin is by himself. He has the ultimate. He has the flash. Can he make an outplay?
All right, Ben, that is the wrong way off rip. He's going to try and use the minion wave to slice and dice. Gets a big heal, but tanks turret aggro, and that is a gifted kill to Taeyun. So quietly, one of the more impressive players you pointed out.
At least WE are making plays to get summoner spells, gain advantages, but I don't think they are progressing the game enough.
You know, 3 sides to a triangle, 3 mans on the dive against the cube. Does create enough space dashing out, but the Impale comes across. Does Elk have enough damage to just burn through this Abessa? It's taking a lot of time here. The flash is committed. Elk picks up the kill, but BLG on the wrong side. They got a teleport coming from behind here. Kara's trying to get in towards this Kaisa. Elk flashes back away, but the first kill comes across on to Knight. Teleports galore as Ben shows up to the party, pops his ult and says, boys, we're not done here. We're pushing for more here. I want kills on top of kills, and I don't care if the enemy's got my own dominance. Knocks down another kill. BLG narrowly come out in front on the skirmish.
After we grab these kills and win the fight, that should just be it. The fact they're able to grab all these kills is nice and definitely helps when, again, we're talking about Taeyun getting all of those resources for himself.
Gotta shout out Vampire there is... Oh, we...
Oh.
Okay, all right. Hey, in case you guys knew, we're on the LPL English broadcast where we watch Ben die into a 1v3 again. Is it Groundhog Day? Anybody? Can I get some help?
I feel like we are in such a weird spot. Continuing trend for one of the best players and most consistent players that BLG has been able to helm. Now with 6 grubs, we didn't see it because we were in the replay. BLG will finally take the first turret of the game. Just barely missing out on Karis there from Wei.
Season 15 adaptation. A lot of teams aren't too keen on playing for, but it was actually Team WE in that bot side skirmish that grabbed the Feats of Warfare before BLG found that 4th kill. So it did.
He still does have Arcane, you know, the Arcane shift, so should be able to get out of situations. Cube, however, does get caught, potentially.
Yep. Public Execution goes across the Between Worlds, but picks off away a very tanky Skarner. Knight in melee range does have to create a bit of space here, but the Golden Hand keeps his shiny coat on, even through Vampires dive forward. And maybe I spoke too soon here as Monkey flies on in to find the kill on the Knight. And they might have just shattered the Golden Hand and get a second one as Wave falls next. Team WE springing onto the bot side of the map. They're going to get 2 kills in a turret.
It might be witchcraft here, but it's the right play from Team WE to make a response over onto Knight and Wei. Having been in an awkward position where now with no top tier one, he kind of has to push this and then drop and potentially go back, look out on the map. You're never really, doesn't seem like they're getting much push down in mid either. So a lot of emphasis on getting Knight his resources. Gonna see if that pays off for them. He's already has his individual lead versus Karis.
Now they're getting some pressure on Taeyun. Doesn't have as much cover in this mid lane, and the Ixtal's impact lands into the Impale. That is way too clean from Wei, who says bye-bye to Taeyun and bye-bye to all of the Tier 1 turrets. 6 grubs is a hell of a drug. All Dragon and Leaf.
Please tell me they get at least the top tier one. Let's see, Ezreal ultimate. Nowhere near this dragon. Simply just a passing shot at Elk around the buffs of each jungle camp. Do you make it a little easier to move through the jungle and out towards these side lanes? So WE are making a concerted effort to try to get a little bit of gold onto onto one of the members of BLG. There has been a tendency so far in 2025 of On and Wei getting caught out. This might be it.
Stun and Impale, but On gets a big crash down. There's the hijacked Impale to hold Wei in place. Let Taeyu get a ton of Mystic shots out.
Oh,
Wei is going to barely slip out, but here comes Bin flying on in, but doesn't find anything because Elk gets the first kill. Flash forward from On, sets up the killer instinct. Vampire goes down. Next, Knight TP's in just to be with the squad as they turn their attention to the newly minted Atacon.
Maybe this is a much different fight, but instead it's going to be some summoner spells blown, 2 members going down, and an Otacon, a ruinous Otacon, giving themselves the increased amount of potency. It's not a ton, especially because it is Cloud, so some of the combat is a little bit lessened, but you do want to go, oh, Elk.
Oh, Elk, my friend. How long can you stay alive? The killer instinct, the flash. Elk gets out, and that's a big impale for Wei to hold everybody under the tier 1 turret. Bin goes in, but here comes the golden left hand of the BLG prodigy. Knight drops the between worlds, forces everybody to bail out of the fight from Team WE, but Knight's not done. Flashing forward, gets another kill off a single auto. Taeyun and Karis have to fly for the hills as BLG exact their revenge in the mid lane.
Not pounce quick enough. They cannot find that kill with Elk. And after that, it just turns into an all-out win for BLG. It was some summoner spells blown from them, really relying again on the mechanical prowess of their team. It's BLG now. They'll use those 6 grubs, continue to take away all of the structures here. And with Baron on the table...
Jungle and just end up going with the back. Enough time has passed, the BLG are just going to take themselves another free dragon. That is going to be 3 Cloud Drakes in a row, and they'll actually end up on Soul Point with that one. And now we'll head back towards the Baron dance. Maybe Wade looks for an angle in here to try and punish some of these W members. On's going to flash Morgan a 2-man stun, but it's onto the tanks. Vampire headbutt and then pulverize his way back towards his Ezreal, who's starting to turn a ton of damage out. The Impale only going to find the mark of Monkey. Public Execution going to whiff from Cube, though. Can't find the engage. They do go on with the Glacial Prison, and now BLG starting to crumble. They need their soul lasers show up big, and boy, do Knight and Bin do just that. 2 ults dropped, and 3 members of WE drop off the map in an instant.
That should just be the Baron being ripped immediately here for BLG. Pounding gold lead up against Team WE here.
It's going to push itself over the nearly 10K mark at this point. So their eyes looking forward to the matchup ahead that would likely decide the top team in this group. Just going through the motions once more, knocking down these tier 2 turrets. They've got 6 grubs. They've got a Baron wave. It will really just take one more convincing fight. TP flank ward, but again, how do Team W even commit to it when they don't have any engage ultimates available? Well, maybe some Hex flashes. Cube's looking for a public execution angle, gets it onto Wei. They do have Karis flanking, hijacks in between worlds. Knight and Elk are going to exit stage right. They are going to be able to pick off Wei.
It's tough.
I mean, it's up against the Knight. In a matchup.
We said it was going to be difficult from the matchup, right? We said in draft that this was going to be something that he really needed to be creative, and we didn't see too much either between him or Monkey in the early game. So BLG now rushing through mid.
Impale lands onto Monkey. Sejuani's dead. Bin has a GA, so you know he's heading straight for the back line with no regard for his own safety. Tons of stuns landing, and this is going to be about as clean as it comes for BLG. The hijacked Impale means absolutely nothing. This is the difference between one of the top squads in the LPL versus the now 0-4 Team WE. BLG send themselves up for a big-time matchup against Weibo for the top spot in Group A after a dominating win over WE.
So far, one of the few flawless teams here that we have in the LPL when it comes to their standings in groups.